One meal a day does not mean boring, bland food, or at least not on my watch. Today, I'm taking you through my full day, how I plan what I'm gonna eat, what I eat, and why I don't feel deprived. If you think OMAD means eating sad, bland chicken with steamed greens only, think again. I'm not someone that meal preps or eats the same thing every day. Because what's the fun in that? I love a variety of foods. Plus, there's 5 people in my family. We all have different tastes, different interests, and I can't just focus on my favorite things every single day while also making my family happy. We all like to eat variety, and OMAD allows me to focus on that. Instead of meal prepping and eating the same thing every day, here's what I choose to focus on instead. What sounds good? And that's not just for me, that's for my entire family. I have to think of my vegetarian. I have to think of the fact that my husband doesn't like beans. And if I want beans, how can I make something with beans on the side or meat on the side? There's a lot that goes into how I eat my OMAD. Which, side note, that's one of the reasons I love restaurants, is I can strictly think about me and not my family. I can order exactly what I want and not have to worry about picky eaters. But in my daily life, I do have to think of them. Number 2, I have to think of what will satisfy me. Not only satisfy me in the sense of nutrients, what's gonna be nutrient dense, can I get my veggies in, can I get the good fats, the proteins, but also what's gonna be satisfying as I eat it. If I have an eating window that I'm not personally able to enjoy, it's gonna be really hard to fast to get to the next eating window if I don't know that I'm gonna get to enjoy it. Satisfying needs to satisfy the nutrients and what I enjoy. And finally, what fits in my plans for the day? Today, for example, my daughter has an away game. She has to be back to the high school quite early in the afternoon. So you know what meal works really well? Homemade Jimmy John's subs. So here I am, early afternoon, prepping toppings that we all like, or at least all of us like some of them. We're gonna have cucumbers, Roma tomatoes, chopped lettuce. I'm gonna have an onion. I have pickles and so many condiments in the fridge. We have sub sauce, sliced cheese. I have an avocado. I have chicken salad for myself, pepperonis for my husband. So many different toppings, and all of us can build the sub that we want, and it's gonna fit into my day. And I'm excited about that. It's something that my daughter can make early before she loads the bus, and I can make my sub whenever fits my day. For me, that means I'm gonna be eating later than her, but guess what? Chopping these veggies now, even while I'm fasting, is gonna be something I'm grateful for later. It's okay to be around food even as I'm fasting, and the longer I fast, the more I believe that. Better stop flinging this around. Even though my daily eating window and OMAD routine looks different on a day-to-day basis, one thing always remains constant. I stay hydrated because when I'm hydrated, I feel good. And what helps me to stay hydrated, especially on my longer fast? Electrolytes. The one I turn to on a near daily basis is Element. I absolutely love their flavors. They're delicious. And on top of tasting really good, they give me 1,000 milligrams sodium, 200 milligrams potassium, and 60 milligrams magnesium. They are developed by scientists who know what it takes to keep me, a stay-at-home mom, faster hydrated all the way up to Olympic athletes. And if they trust it, so do I. Right now, Element's offering my listeners a free sample pack with any order. That's a single serve pack. It's free with any Element order. It's the perfect way to try 8 of their flavors or to share Element with a salty friend. You can get yours by going to drinkelement.com/fastingfoodie. That's DRINKLMNT.com/fastingfoodie. Thank you so much, Element, for sponsoring this video. So what has my OMAD day look like so far? I woke up at 6:30 this morning and I'm immediately in mom mode. The first thing that I do is I wake up all 3 of my kids. Their ages range from 8 all the way up through 15. And my 2 teenagers, they're self-sufficient. They get themselves ready. And then my husband and I kind of ping pong the 8-year-old back and forth. We have different duties, but he needs a little more help that early in the morning. I am 100%, as I mentioned, mom mode until they get on the school bus. But my duties include getting their lunches packed, their snacks packed, and getting their waters made for school. I do that. It just kind of alleviates the stress of making sure everyone has what they need. Yes, I'm around food that I don't eat. I remember pre-fasting, I've shared this so many times, I would snack on Cheez-Its as I was packing lunch, or whatever snack I was getting ready for them, I might nibble on at 6:30 in the morning. I can't even believe that was part of my habits. No longer. In fact, I don't have anything to eat or drink until after they leave. Pretty much as soon as they leave, I unload the dishwasher, and one of the first things I do is I take one of the cups that I would put away and I have a nice glass of water. That is a new habit that I've been trying to form, is before I have any coffee, I have a full glass of water. I've actually really enjoyed it, and I look forward to that first refreshing cup of water every day. So that is the first thing I took in this morning. And ever since then, it's been black coffee, and I have had 2 more cups of water. I just use the same cup. I keep it by the sink, and in the summer when it's warmer out, I do have an iced water tumbler. But basically I have coffee and water, plain, unflavored, nothing added to it. I'm not a tea person. Unless it's summer, again, then I'll have iced tea. But I did stop at Panera to get my coffee because this morning I had to take my dog. Well, I didn't have to. I wanted to take my dog to doggy daycare so that I could film a lot today. This is a work day. I am a stay-at-home mom, but I'm also a full-time content creator. I think you guys probably know that by now. I run 2 full YouTube channels. So between my Grocery Addict and Fasting Foodie, I had a lot of content that I was trying to edit, work out, script, and my dog, though I love her, is sometimes loud on recording days. So she gets a day at daycare and she gets a lot of fun. They love her there. She loves going. So I had to drop her off. That's when I got my Panera. But my days are so busy that I'm not constantly sitting around like staring at my pantry, staring at the fridge. A little bit ago, you saw me prepping food for dinner so I didn't have to do it when the kids come home. I can be around food. I can be in my own home and not accessing the food. It's definitely something that is a skill that's built up. You know, I didn't go from packing their lunches and eating Cheez-Its to instantly the next day doing it perfectly without effort, but I can do it now. Almost 5 years later, I can not only do it, but the habit I used to have seems almost ridiculous. Like, why was I eating Cheez-Its at 6:30 a.m.? I don't know. It's not even tempting to me anymore. I have about an hour before I pick them up from school. I just did my walk. I'm sitting down with coffee. I am moving files over, doing more work. And then when I pick the kids up, that's when the real work begins again. So I'm going to get to working here. I actually have to stop at Aldi before I get the kids because I realized we ran out of strawberries and Elsie's making a fruit salad and strawberries were really important to her. So we had them at the beginning of the week. We just ate them all. So I'm going to get a few more. And I actually think I'm going to get a salad kit that I think my daughter would like to have before her basketball game. Still, it's fun to be around food. It's still fun for me to grocery shop, even if I'm not eating yet. I absolutely love meal planning as far as what meals are going to be part of my week. What do I have to look forward to? Having an eating window that's not full of restrictions brings a lot of joy to my day, even when I'm not eating. So I can go to Aldi, I can see the fun items they have, I can see what's on the shelves, I can buy things like strawberries, knowing my daughter's making us a fruit salad to have in my eating window. I still very much look forward to my OMAD, but I have a few things to do before then. Work, Aldi, get the kids. Got my coffee. Thank you. Have a good one. 3 loaves of Jimmy John's bread, $1.59. So I am almost getting close to 22 hours. I'm gonna get my dinner ready. I am having a cranberry almond chicken salad sub using the Jimmy John's bread. I also had picked up some Panera soup. I might have some of that tomato soup. Elsie's making a fruit salad over there. So I'm gonna get this all set up. I'll probably have some chips, and once it's all assembled, or at least my sandwich and sides, we'll get to talking more. Okay, so here's the start of my eating window. Yes, if I want chips, I have chips. Chips and sub, it's like iconic. I'm not gonna not do it. These are leftover from my in-laws last week, so I'm just gonna help finish off the bag. I have a bunch of pickles. My sub was too loaded to put the pickles on, so I'll just eat those on the side. I have onions and lettuce and tomato, the chicken salad, and Havarti cheese. And after this, I'm gonna look for some fruits and veggies. But I'm pretty excited to have my eating window. Again, this is kind of a weird one because we have away basketball. There's an event at my kid's school, so I'm eating earlier than normal. You can see my son already ate there. My older daughter already ate, but she's getting ready for her basketball games. So this is a really easy meal for everyone to make what they want, but also eat when they're able to. My husband's not even home from work yet, but I'm probably gonna be back on the road before he gets back. So I am able to fit whatever works for me with my OMAD into my life. I don't have to fit my life into some rigid OMAD schedule or diet plan. Yes, that looks good to me. First bite of the day. Okay, so I am gonna be making a yogurt bowl and I'm gonna top it with this delicious fruit salad that Elsie just made. But we have to go take Mila to her basketball game first and pick up our dog. So we have a little work to do before I get back to this, but I'm very much looking forward to it. And I'm probably gonna drizzle a little honey and put some granola on it. It's gonna be epic. Yummy, this will be so good. A few snacks to close my OMAD, but the day's not done. It has been a busy night. I am now making lunches so that tomorrow when I put everything together, it's an easier morning for me. But again, I'm around food, I'm not worried about it. And then tomorrow when I pull it out and pack everyone's everything and add the warm finishing touches, it won't be a big deal. I'm 3 hours into the next fast. And since I closed my eating window, I have gone to the library with my 2 younger kids. I've gone to my 2 younger kids' school. They had a performance. I'm about to pick up my daughter from her high school basketball game coming back. It's a busy night and everything keeps me busy. I don't have time for eating all day anymore. OMAD works really well for me. It fits my schedule and it leaves me time to do all the mom business, or should I say lunch lady business. If you want to see an entire week of me eating and what my meals look like 7 days in a row, you can check out this video right here. It's a little less focused on the entire day and more on just the meals, but it gives you a good idea of how I joyfully fast, joyfully live my life, and do the two together. Thank you so much for watching. Ciao, Donna, ciao.